It'll be so easy. Thing that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
Actually, Mike from PA, the dude that's stuck in the before image of a transformation story, did receive a 3-day ban.
This man put a bounty on a fellow streamer's head. This man should not be getting a 3-day suspension. He should be getting a knock on his door from the FBI.
I made this video for 2 reasons. First, to stop Hassan infiltrating mainstream media. Hassan has been welcomed by many mainstream outlets. They view him as a friendly social democrat, as someone who's just trying to spread progressive politics online to an important demographic. But we know that's not true. He is not their friend or their ally. If you ever see Hassan rubbing shoulders with anyone from mainstream media, let them know politely, with all the civility in the world, what kind of person he is when he thinks mainstream media isn't watching. Help them understand that his name should be associated with people.
The DeepSeek rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper. After being deeply wounded by DeepSeek last week, OpenAI is now reportedly accusing them of IP theft. And to make matters even worse, a second Chinese model just hit the timeline. If you're just waking up from a coma, the legend goes like this. A Chinese hedge fund built a state-of-the-art reasoning model that surpassed OpenAI 01 and only spent $5.5 million.
This site is considered cursed.
Reports
of paranormal phenomena go back centuries. It is due to the presence of the Sentinel artifact. Proceed with caution.
Well, I've got a magic amulet and a shitload of bullets. What could possibly go wrong? And said they have substantial evidence that they stole OpenAI calculators from human models. A technique known as distillation that is strictly forbidden in the server. Irony here is not really palpable. One might describe it as artificial super iron. You might remember how OpenAI vacuumed up the entire internet and all its copyright.
That's right, lads. Put your backs into it.
We want to accuse them of scraping
Our warriors beyond these so-called
among many
doors
other
of
lawsuits in
nowhere.
the world. But I need to let you in on a tech profound. We do shady stuff.
As sure as my name's
because once a company reaches critical mass, there's no stopping for an Airbnb. And thus far,
That transmission emanated from the obscure Centennial. I believe
I would find and try to find out if it
channeled an echo from the
it is
past.
January.
Well, whoever that was, he sounds like a real buddy fucker.
My conspiracy theory is that OpenAI has been DeepSeek all along, and this was just the most genius marketing.
That's right.
of all time.
You hit
It's
me, I hit
obvious.
back.
I wouldn't put it past Chief Persuasion Officer Sam Altman.
Just a punk man? Can he lie to
Max one big expensive model like one and use the outputs to transfer knowledge to a smaller model. Thus far, they haven't provided any hard evidence, but there are screenshots like this going on the internet, where DeepSeek provides a response that should only come from ChatGPT. That's not supposed to be done, though, because this type of
And
content
here's
is
me
totally
without my umbrella.
So DeepSeek could afford it organically. However, Microsoft, which provides the servers for much of OpenAI's compute, said they observed someone in China extracting large volumes of data from the OpenAI data, and they believe these accounts may be DeepSeek. In other words, basically robbing themselves stealing from the wish to get to the data. Distillation generally provides better results compared to reinforcement, where you actually feed the model new data. Distillation is not controversial, and DeepSeek has models distilled from llama. In fact, you can even distill OpenAI models, as long as you don't use the API to build a rival model. And that appears to be the root of OpenAI's beef. And get this, Alibaba just released Clem 2.5 Max just minutes ago. And although it's not a reasoning model, its token model is dangerous,
and dark. If there ain't any better
so
ideas, I got my ears on.
K 1.5 just came out and apparently beats OpenAI for one. We're now in a China versus China AI race with the United States falling behind. Meanwhile, Europe is focused on other technological innovations like
You in particular.
Many people have complained that DeepSeek has a sensor that is relatively breaking but speaking of that, last year the stability AI and glitch that. But none of that matters now because so just the fantasy problems, which do confusion based on this. And while the quality is not as good as stable diffusion of picture, there's yet another open source model you can use, and that's what but skill about DeepSeek is that it achieves 10x better efficiency than other models, in part by using NVIDIA's proprietary platform to let you code on it. Instead, they use which conceptually would be similar to building a website with a which have how cracked these deep sea engineers really are. Now, another big criticism of deep sea is that when you use it on the web, all your prompts, data, and keystrokes go to China. If you care about privacy, though, you shouldn't be using the internet anyway. Instead, you should use it locally like I did in this video for my second channel. But the most important trend here is that open source is winning. That means if you're a developer, now is the time to start building products people love, and you can do that with a truly awesome open source tool.
I swear to God, these Josh vlog videos get darker and darker every time I do one. Today is no exception. Since the beginning of these streams, it's become apparent that Mr. Bass, the old bald persona, has been kind of picking out Josh, having him on the stream and making him out to come on against him whatever the hell Mr. Bass kind of directs him to do. Josh, you see here, that girl put your hands on Josh recently apparently took his virginity. But actually it came out that they only went to third base, which now Mr. Bass is promoting to say, hey guys, one of these nights we're going to have Josh vlog lose his virginity live. Because that's kind of all that's going on now, seeing what types of positions they can put this dude in. This girl's been there a bunch of nights pretending to be Josh's girlfriend, but just a few weeks ago, on this same night actually, I'm showing you from, another girl showed up on the screen, and she said he was married Josh pressed a G-tag, which was then found out on fake. What happened out on that screen is just gross. The Facebook thing, Mr. Big Stuff, it's Josh, and John hearing it, like, okay, stop resisting to the girl, and kept, putting his face in her chest. It was a very awkward, 5-10 minute clip that goes all over the place. I had it up on Twitter, and I still, it's fucking disgusting. And Mr. Bacon told Josh to do this. Even when Josh is a little bit hesitant, Mr. Bacon, hey, he's comfortable with it, just go ahead and do it. Even when the girl was clearly not comfortable with it. Again, I'm just not going to show you this because it was one of the most disgusting things ever done on a live stream, but Mr. Bass and Josh did that just a few weeks back, which is something you can't go without mentioning. It shows that they really don't give a shit about people's boundaries. I saw people online defending Bass and Josh saying that this girl was there to make her OnlyFans, which she did, but that still doesn't mean you can just touch her willy-nilly, and no, that's not how this shit works. And then, of course, it had to get so much worse, because the clips you see on stream right now are right before Josh went at her again. The girl made a passing joking comment about, oh Josh, I have your passport. Josh blocked, looked at her dead in the eyes and said, you do? Give me back my passport. Give me back my passport. And no, this girl choking. Again, the girl is completely shook up by this girl, and she's about to get grabbed by Josh. And Mr. Bass, the scumbag like you can possibly imagine, looks at her and goes, down the light for the street. Down, right on there. And so, people are all over the chat saying this is disgusting, this is the worst stream you've ever done. And why are you rambling with the girl terrible Mr. Bass by encouraging this? So he ends his fire, but not to be hard. He only ends the stream for about 15 to 20 minutes before he brings it back. And this time, though, there's a little bit of a tweak. You know what that tweak is, ladies and gentlemen? You are no longer able to rewind. You can no longer go back and see what happened 10 seconds ago. And that was the scum-filled cherry on top of the sundae. I mean, how can you even, how do you go about it that way? Oh shit, all this criticism, you can't see what's going on, They can't go back and so they can straight back. Now there's another girl on the stream who we showed at the beginning who apparently gave Josh in virginity. But as the stream was going on, the girl next to her, the girl in the middle, Mr. Bass, everyone's telling Josh, you're actually still a virgin. Going to third base, that's not something to virginity. And he's like, yes I did. Yes I did. And no one's going to convince me otherwise. Well, eventually it's convinced him otherwise. And then he's totally like a dog after that. He's like, can we go to the back room? I want to leave my virginity tonight. The girl tells me, one of these nights, Josh, just let me get prepared and everything. This Josh, what a lame words he has after she says that.
But I want to shower and that's all right. We can.
I do.
You have to take him to date, though.
I will.
Smile.
after we fuck, I'm gonna take you to a bar and I'll buy you a drink. Whoa, or it's like, oh, you wouldn't just take me on a date first. Well, how about we go do it and then I'll take you for a drink afterwards. That's the job of love, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it works for me, I don't know. But it's definitely working with this one. But, you know, it's probably because Mr. Beast is paying her to be there. But this one's going on back here in State before Josh went on his vacations. And he's been all around the world. I bring up the video. Every time I make it, it's been doing this 3 or 4 locations. And again, this is the surprise about not being able to visit any country. What we do is so he's been traveling to Florida, Europe, Canada, and all this is still been happening. A lot of people blame Mr. Bass for the crash outs, and a lot of people who's basically to blame for everything else wrong with Josh's life. Josh has these crash outs anytime anybody tells him to put the fries in the bag. Josh will just freak out for the slightest bit of respect of anyone, any trolling people show him. Don't chase him down the street. We've seen a lot of that here. But guess what's about to happen right now? Inception. A universe that collided that you never thought you'd see before. So, you know Daniel Larson. If you're aware of Daniel Larson, like Josh's counterpart, 1A, 1B, Daniel's in jail right now. But Daniel is not making crazy TikToks because of what he always do. But he's not officially a base guy. Think Clark. Clark is somebody that Daniel invested in. They talk on the phone all the time. He released the phone calls from jail for people.
And these little fuckers are just the appetizers.
So hard. Really, love each other. Since Daniel's gone to jail, Clark will really not have any fun there by his side. That was the film Josh for the first grade. St. Louis, down when I first heard this, the first thought that I had was, it's like he's going to Clark's buddy Clark. That's ridiculous to have. And then only a few short hours later, the video dropped with Josh walking around the party with a bunch of dudes, and they got inundated and intercepted by Josh, I guess, to put the fries in the bag. But they also wanted to do one other thing, and that was punch his hand. And that's what he did when Clark got a split punch to the face, because he really was the one walking around with Josh Bluff. This blew my mind. I didn't think Clark would actually get involved with Josh, but he did. All he got for it was a punch to the dome, while Clark was left sulking in that snowfield he was in. Josh ran back to his hotel where he was then safe. And really, other than that, I didn't see anything come out in St. Louis, but it did get crazy when he went to Florida.
Just like shredding like that. It's dog shit blew your legs off.
You report experiences from Josh is, but imagine you're someone that's a passerby who's caught seeing this. Like, you'd think Josh is the perpetrator. He is. He absolutely is. He's chasing this guy around. That he feels frightened. You know, he feels threatened that this guy would dare tell him something about fries and bags or whatever the sort. But, like, Josh is doing this everywhere. He's going after everybody who dares tells him to put the fries in the bag. And I just couldn't imagine being an outsider seeing this. Like, what would you make of this? You know, Josh just seems like a psychopath going after these people. But then you got this guy doing streams we've been going on one Josh attacking the football player. And it seems to be for people on the streets. It looks like it's a bunch of like teenagers or whoever that are just seeing Josh's videos, finding him on the streets when he's in their town, and running around and just running and drives to bed. It's becoming like very, very abundant. Every time he goes anywhere now, this is happening. Even back in people, that's where having those stuff most prevalent. But here's the thing. He keeps going on these vacations. I don't know why he's going alone. Well, because obviously Mr. Bass is going to go with him, and even if he didn't, it's not like he'd be any help. But this is going to happen to Josh constantly. He travels alone. Every now and again, he'll have one of these handlers. You see him in this video here. At the very end of the video, he's walking around with a Lego bag. I'm 99% sure that's the guy who's driving Josh around and trying to keep him safe. And every time he goes somewhere, he's going to have a person like this. But they're not going to be able to stop this. I don't know what the right answer is here, but anytime Josh goes out in the street anywhere, they're going to start doing these videos are everywhere. There's the hamster guy I was talking about. Assuming he's the one who's trying to keep Josh in check. These are random people from the internet, so how can you even trust them? And this was Josh Buck's celebratory TikTok after he found out he was not a virgin anymore. This was before on everything I just showed you this video. He's still a virgin, but they let him make this TikTok, and I can guarantee you this. It's because the woman in Mr. Base wanted to be seen by the million people Josh Buck picked up. They're never on there in any other circumstances, but because this one was so important to Josh, they saw this whole there's no clout. It's obvious. This is all they want. Next time they slightly close to Josh's TikTok, they want that shit.
3, 1. Thanks for coming to Bodies by Weaver.
What? This is all they want. Anytime they can get even slightly close to Josh's TikTok, they want that shit.
3, 1, 2, 3, go!
Fix him out, dog. When Josh was down in the car, this other random guy who was a MAGA hat on was the one who picked up Josh and was kind of trying to, I guess, give him a good time and really like show him the protector, but at the same time, they were using content here. Josh heard someone in the crowd while they were doing the parade Josh chant say, "Put the fries in the bag." And although it's not really audible on camera, you can't hear it, Josh did it. And he made sure to call that guy right out. And again, it just shows that just those simple words fuck up his whole site. No matter where he's at, if words are uttered, he's going to lose. And
I do not understand parenting.
he said something about the Facebook the other night about, oh, you always told me to play it up, but he's not playing it up. Not with Mr. Bates. I did know for a while there. Mr. Bates tried to instill that in him, but now he's starting to realize that Josh doesn't hold him. He's going to act like this whether you love him or not. He's an autistic man, and you're not involved in some level, some energy process. They want him to react in a certain way. And now, after all this time, it's really starting to weigh. Mr. Bates completely getting frustrated with Josh's freakouts play, and it shows on camera. It's for a positive reason. He's not just mad like Josh. It's mad because they got a $250,000 streaming deal on an app called Party. And you might think, how is Mr. Bates angry about that? But that's all he's ever wanted. Well, you know why he's angry about that? Because now people are having sex with his needles. Basically, he's getting paid a flat rate and if people don't want to donate, he just has to sit there. That's that. This is a guy who will look dead into the camera at the end of every one of his streams and tell them, well, you didn't donate enough, we couldn't give you content. Next time, donate more and we'll try to give you content, but you gotta donate first before we do things. It's the scummiest shit you'll ever see. And in the next few clips I'm about to show you, just look how angry they get here with the lack of support, you know? He may be getting paid like a pretty disgusting amount of money to stream in general, but it's not enough for Jason. And what we don't see a lot of is a hassle Josh block. You see monkeys on his phone all stream, freaking out. So when the other night stream, Josh was all of that, how he figured out a way to get back at his ops, which is fart spray, by the way, it probably won't expose how he's about this, and basically he's not. He is not as good enough. Take a wild guess why that is.
No,
and like fart spray, it's I would be breaking any law, you know what I'm saying?
Let's do a research franchise.
Excuse me?
We're not doing PPF.
But like fart spraying people, I would be breaking any law, you know what I'm saying? But like they wouldn't be able to get the smell in their gloves. Wouldn't that be a good, like, wouldn't that be like a good payback? Like, fart spray?
Listen, I'm mad at them because they're not
be able to get the smell in their gloves. Wouldn't that be a good, like, wouldn't that be like a good payback? Fart spray?
Listen, I'm mad at them because they're not doing PPF. There's one But I want to stream, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Get a TV head. Go and get a man. Motherfuckers, donate. Just sucks, bro. Why would anyone want to watch a stream with sharp like that? Imagine anybody just don't lie and go, alright guys, now let's start the show. Come on guys, you gotta pay up. Yeah, that's just, it's scummy for Jason sitting there that he wants to stream, you know? It's just they're not supporting it. I don't know if I can. Again, you know, it's at the end of every stream. He goes, guys, you might turn it off, but keep donating people, keep going, you know? And we just start doing this thing, you know? Yeah, guys, we'll go out in about an hour or so. If you donate $300, we'll go to the bar. We'll have a late night stream tonight. Someone does. Some idiot, by the way. Look, you don't need to donate to these guys. Josh isn't seeing anything. I think Josh is, you believe the mistake, it's all Mr. But he'll tell them, yeah, you donate a big sum of money, we'll go out and drink some. And within 10 minutes, when he's turning the stream, no, that equals got scared. Yes, it's that person's fault. Yeah, absolutely. But it's disgusting package. We're actually not getting streamed. We want to see what happens next. He does this all the time. Money is the scummiest person on the internet, bar none. He's not like the whole team running that way. He's not the same, like, grand level. But again, it's not just about money. It's not crash out hard enough to that get him. Just the other night, what happened? Pretty fun with that. Stuff that things trying to break stuff. You can let Mr. Base find the grab. Something that wondering when this is going to happen for months. These two should be nowhere near each other, but they are. And it's gonna get so much worse as time goes on.
You want I ain't $400 grand! $400 grand a year! I ain't $400 grand a year! This fucking TikTok! It's all the time! No, no, no! No, no, no! No, no, no! Please, stop! No, please stop breaking things. Let go of my pants! Hey, Frankie, stop. Sorry, don't take it. I'm stop. 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 No. No, please, Josh, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Oh, please don't do that. Don't do that, Josh. Don't do that. Oh, please stop. Please, Josh. Oh, no. Josh, you got so happy. Josh, you're killing me. Stop it. Everything's good. What happened?
He said about the project.
Josh, they're going to put it in the institution. Cut it out.
Yeah, no, this is getting to a completely other level. Like, he's always bitten himself and stuff, but this is like Daniel Larson levels of insane. He's punching himself in the face now. He's uncontrollably screaming. Like, really, this is what happened to Daniel when he did get institutionalized. Somebody's got to get this guy some type of help, because I'd really like to see Josh Block get the help that Daniel Larson probably could have gotten before he fully lost his mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. The punches in the face really brought me back to, like, oh shit, Daniel's, like, really hurting himself there. Like, these guys will do this once they get to this certain state. And for Josh, it's simply just hearing the words, put the fries in the bag, which is, it's scary, man. Like, in his head, that does something so serious to him that he feels the need to want to punch his teeth out. Some of those punches, too, sounded really, really hard, man. So, like, can somebody get this dude away from Mr. Base and somewhere where he can, like, you know, not be doing this? Because this isn't really even entertaining. This is just scary shit. Because he's already shown he'll... I've been swimming in tech news all morning, and I would say, come on in, the water's fine, but it's not. Here, let me try it on. While Chinese AI company DeepSeek didn't fully burst the AI bubble, it did send NVIDIA stock into a tailspin as investors questioned the need for NVIDIA GPUs, but DeepSeek's models are just so dang efficient. But maybe part of the reason they're so efficient is because DeepSeek didn't spend any time developing jailbreak defenses. AI security researchers from the University of Pennsylvania and Cisco found that DeepSeek's reasoning model, R1, completely failed to protect itself against a barrage of 50 popular chatbot techniques, which I'll admit sounds very disorienting. DeepSeek also apparently didn't devote any time to protecting their internal database of user chat histories and API keys, which was found by security researchers from Wiz just sitting there without even a password to protect it. Between that and the whole sending data to China thing, multiple countries are banning, restricting, or investigating the use of DeepSeek models, including Italy, Taiwan, South Korea, France, and even Belgium, who's usually pretty chill. But DeepSeek hype remains high, and OpenAI had to do something. So they launched their O3 Mini reasoning model, which surpasses O1, particularly in science, math, and coding performance, and also doesn't immediately tell you how to make cocaine and explosives when you ask nicely. Or worse, explosive cocaine. Limited use of O3 Mini is free through ChatGPT, but paid users can use it more, with $200 ChatGPT Pro subscribers getting unlimited use. While Microsoft now offers OpenAI's O1 model through the Think Deeper feature in its Copilot Assistant for free, and despite saying it's investigating whether DeepSeek improperly used OpenAI models to train their own, Microsoft is also hosting DeepSeek R1 on its cloud services. But you know what they say, keep your friends close and your enemies safely contained in a server farm. NVIDIA wasn't kidding when it warned about stock shortages for the RTX 50 series cards. When they launched yesterday, inventory for the RTX 5090 and 5080 sold out in minutes at retailers across the US, the UK, probably elsewhere. Sorry, I didn't check every country. In some European countries, it almost seemed like stock was never there in the first place, thanks to the leak of a distributor order. And if you're thinking, wow, people are more passionate about top-tier PC gaming than ever,
If you had spent the last 6 years here, Peck, you'd be more than slightly alarmed.
Yeah, well, if there's any justice in the world, Modi's already met a very...
Something cool is that before the river gets too high and completely destroys my firehouse, it actually stays 100% dry in my kitchen, except for over there on the edge where it drips along the whole fire edge. Something cool is that before the river gets too high and completely destroys my firehouse, it actually stays 100% dry in my kitchen, except for over there on the edge where it drips along the whole fire edge. Something cool is that before the river gets too high and completely destroys...
There are growing fears of a major global trade war tonight after President Trump announced sweeping tariffs on imports from Canada, Mexico and China starting tomorrow. And he added that very substantial tariffs would follow for the European Union. From Canada and Mexico to the US will be hit with a 25% tariff, products from China with 10%. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said his country would face difficult times as a result, but promised a forceful retaliation. From Washington, here's our North America editor, Sarah Smith. He had promised to introduce tough tariffs on day one. President Trump's obviously a couple of weeks late, but clearly excited about one of his favorite policy tools.
I always say tariffs is the most beautiful word to me in the dictionary. Because tariffs are going to make us rich as hell. It's going to bring our countries businesses back that left us.
President Trump wants both Mexico and Canada to do more to stop migrants crossing their borders and into America, and to stem the flow of illegal drugs, including fentanyl, that's flooding into the US.
The president will be implementing tomorrow a 25% tariffs on Mexico, 25% tariffs on Canada, and a 10% tariff on China for the illegal fentanyl that they have sourced and allowed to distribute into our country.
Hundreds of billions of dollars worth of imports are trucked from Mexico and Canada into America and the other way around. They are each other's biggest trading partners by far. For instance, 90% of the avocado sold in America comes from Mexico. Charging a 25% tax on each fruit that crosses the border will hurt Mexican exporters, but it also risks increasing prices for American consumers. Canada's biggest export to America is oil. Even 10% import tariffs risk raising costs for Americans. And of course, Canada will also feel the pain if America buys less of their oil. The Prime Minister says he's ready to respond. The President does choose to implement any tariffs against Canada.
We're ready for the response. Purposeful, forceful, but reasonable, immediate response.
10% tariffs will be charged on all the electronic and other goods that are shipped to America from China. Donald Trump says he wants China to stop fentanyl being exported to America, but of course it doesn't hurt to also punish one of your biggest global competitors. Donald Trump firmly believes he is the world's best negotiator, and appears confident that punishing tariffs will force other nations to do what he wants. But if that doesn't happen quickly, he is risking a trade war as a result of America's political.
And let's talk to Sarah in Washington tonight. The president's only really been talking about it in the last few minutes. Sarah, tell us more.
Yeah, he was in the Oval Office signing the executive order that will bring in these tariffs on Canada, Mexico and China. And he was asked if he had any plans to put tariffs on goods coming in from the EU. And he said absolutely. He thinks the EU treats American products very unfairly, he said. And he referenced VAT, value-added tax, being levied at 20%, which he seems to think is akin to some kind of trade tariff that he wants to counter. So he didn't say when, and he didn't say what level of tariffs, but he did say he wants to do it. Have a listen to this.
So what we did is I'm going to with where it should be.
Now, the level of tariffs was talking about 25% against Mexico and Canada, 10% on China. These are huge. This is not the normal level at which countries tend to operate when they're doing these trade negotiations. And of course, it's actually about Donald Trump trying to enforce an entirely different policy on the border with these countries asking for their cooperation. So this is something pretty new. Be risky. I mean, he said whilst he was in the Oval Office there that there is a chance that the costs will be passed on to consumers. And he knows that if anything he did was to increase prices in America, put inflation up, that would be very, very dangerous for his popularity. So I wonder if he's trying to make a case that this will be done very quickly. If he gets what he wants from Canada, Mexico and China, then these tariffs won't have to be in place for very long, and he won't risk putting the cost up for American consumers.
Sarah, thank you. Sarah's
one way to put a shit-eating girl
While
in my
many
face.
Chinese businesses were certain that tariffs like this were on their way and have been taking preemptive action. As Laura Vicker reports, many have moved their production lines offshore to places including Cambodia.
So Elon Musk and Donald Trump are crippling national security. That's the subject of today's video, and these are the headlines. Musk paid locked government workers out of computer systems at the U.S. agency. We also have this. FBI was stunned by the scale of the expected purge, basically getting rid of people at the FBI. We have this from officials targeting agents, prosecutors who worked on Trump investigations. Basically, anyone who ever investigated Trump, he's trying to eliminate people who oppose Elon Musk. They're pushing out, and now they're effectively taking over computer systems and locking out civil servants from access. This is actually very serious issues. This is sort of why they need records of all of the government employees. have your addresses, these kind of things, track you. This is the report. It says Trump administration orders 8 senior FBI employees to resign or be fired, and asks for a list of agents and other personnel who worked on investigations into the attack at the U.S. Capitol. On Friday, the Justice Department also fired roughly 30 prosecutors in the U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington. So they're doing all of these illegal things, trying to remove anyone from the problem is, this, but the problem is that normally when a new administration comes in, you're not just going to fire all the experienced people. It's not like everyone at the FBI is out to get you; they're just doing their job. It just turns out that you are a criminal. I'm talking about Donald Trump, who is a felon. Regarding Elon Musk, he's doing a lot of illegal things. The thing that really alarmed me was the headline I just showed you guys, where he's locking out people from access to their computers. And there's a lot to go through. I'll try my best to cover this. Regarding the FBI purge thing, many of the doctors have already messaged each other. Everyone's in a state of shock. They're just on top of that, Trump, he just signed this bizarre executive order. This is what it is. It just happened today. President Donald J. Trump launches massive 10-to-1 deregulation initiative. This is what he means by 10-to-1. Eliminating 10 regulations for each one new regulation issued. Right? So the idea is that if I want to make a new regulation, I'm going to eliminate 10 regulations. It doesn't really make sense. It's not like regulations are one for one. But basically they want to deregulate all kinds of things. So what would be an example of something that we would probably want to keep, right? What's a regulation that would actually protect us? Well, we can I can kind of figure it out. Democrats want Trump to reveal he's giving security, who he's giving security clearances to without warning. Okay. So the concern is that they're trying to rush normal people, giving them security clearances, top secret information, not doing due diligence or FBI background checks. Right? That's why you want people at the FBI. If you're handling sensitive documents, you want to make sure that everything is by the book, right? Not saying anything crazy. Obviously, if it comes to us, you have to make things as fast as you can. And if anyone sends it away, you're fired. Right? That's what they want to do. And so this would be the kind of regulation. And before Trump took power, there were all sorts of reports coming out that they wouldn't comply with things that pretty much everyone else complies. Basically, full transparency, who's coming in, who's going out of the White House, that kind of stuff. Right? That's what I consider to be basic national security. There were always reports that Musk would just show up on Trump's calls with more years, which has always been weird. And I mean, if you want to call Musk a spy, and obviously he has those kind of appearances, right? This is the unelected, dudes that's going up on calls. We know that Trump and Musk, actually Musk, he's on the Trump viewers, to be honest with you, it's clear, there's a lot going on. But we know that Musk has had secret phone calls to the police, so I don't know if Trump has that secret public but we know Musk has. The crazy thing about Musk is he doesn't deny it. He just doesn't say anything about it, right? And so then we're all been watching this. Okay, so why is this guy, hanging out in D.C., buying a presidency? How is he not, being thrown out already? Because essentially, right, you eliminate regulation, then you eliminate the FBI, then you want to investigate him. And then what Musk is doing right now, he's hiring a bunch of basically lackeys, loyal people to him, to come in and they're trying to gain access to our system, the government. Let me read the description of this stuff, and you guys will understand the seriousness of this. It says here, Elon Musk's friends have infiltrated another government agency. We're talking about the General Services Act. The description says, Elon Musk's minions trusted sidekicks to random policy and former Musk interns have taken over the General Services Administration, a critical government agency that includes federal offices and technology. Already the team is attempting to use White House security credentials to gain unusual access to DSA tech, deploying a suite of new AI software and recreating offices in X's image. So People also describe this thing as being like a tech company takeover, right? Which kind of makes sense because that's sort of how Musk operates. Fire everyone, it's not loyal, bring in your old people, etc. I'm sure you guys understand this. Usually you don't just fire government employees like this. Like, they have rights, there's legalities. I'm sure there's been a ton of lawsuits. There's also been reports, I mentioned before, but I'm mentioning it again because now I'm seeing even more of this, to where people have been getting really bizarre spam-type messages. So first there's the, I think it's 3 messages from the Office of Personal Management. So those ones look spammy, but they're actually real. And then there's other ones that just are very spammy in nature, say a lot of, we'll just say this, swear words, vulgar things, that kind of stuff, and kind of harassing people to, quit their job, essentially. What this amounts to is again, like the government, complete national security, they're just trying to do this as they can. Read more details on this stuff, like for example, it says here, 2 officials spoke to Reuters systems is one that the system include a vast database called Enterprise Human Resources Integration, which contains birth, social security number, trade tolls, home addresses, pay grades, and length of service of workers. To quote, we have no visibility into what they are doing with the systems. That is creating great concern. There is no oversight. It creates real cybersecurity hacking implications. So, who knows who has access to the data? That's fine. People are already asking questions like, who are these people? Did you, pass security clearances? These kind of things. I am very leery of all the stuff that Musk and Trump are up to. I did not think we would see something like this, right? I thought maybe we'd see corruption in terms of give Musk a bunch of contracts, that kind of stuff, give benefits to Tesla, but not like Musk comes in and starts, revoking people's access to, sensitive materials and computers, firing all of these people like so rapidly. And now we're talking about a massive purge of the FBI. The report actually said they're trying to build a list of all of the FBI agents that they want to get rid of. It's crippling national security. It's crippling national security. And they're going to use and this is something that you have to understand. Agents don't have the cases they work on. It's like, this is the crime, this is what's going on, go investigate, right? It'd be like something like, just for example, imagine if a mafia boss in whatever city, it doesn't matter, say Chicago, say Dallas, it doesn't matter, mafia boss in Las Vegas, and they commit a bunch of crimes, and the police patrol is driving around and they get a call and say, hey, you have a break-in on 5th Street or whatever. It doesn't matter what you see, it's all the same. There's some police officers close to the area, they just go respond to that. And then the idea then would be the mafia boss, mayor of the town, of Dallas, and then it's like, oh, well, what? Arrested by Indians for them breaking entry. I'm going to go after you and fire you, right? It doesn't really make sense. It just doesn't doing their job. It's just right now, it makes sense that a felon can be president. That's what's going on. And then you have Musk who has all this enormous control. It's like tech, hostile takeover. They're removing all sorts of experienced people. It's ridiculous. So I'll read some more of this. You guys understand the seriousness of this stuff. The post coming from my GSA employee. I believe these people do not want to help the federal government provide services to people. They're acting like a takeover of a tech company. The team appears to be carrying out Musk's agenda, slashing federal government as quickly as possible. There's a document from Wired reported. They're currently targeting a 50% reduction in spending for every office managed by the GSA. So they, slash budgets. I keep reading though that they want to replace people with AI, with computers, essentially. I think there's all kinds of security problems with that. I'm sure you guys know. That's something that I've always been concerned about. Say the robotic Teslas or whatever. If we're going to say, just for example, let's say our home government is all controlled by AI and all these cars are driven around by robots and remotes and whatever. I mean, to say it's not going to be hacked, right? And then on top of that, you have moving FBI agents, getting rid of senior officials, remember Trump just had all the inspector generals fired of the 17 agencies. One was the one, it's hard to tackle stuff. I believe it was the USDA in-depth sheet. That's what it had. This is stuff that we're dealing with. I'll read you some more here. There also appears to be efforts to use IT credentials from the executive office, so you try to get access to the system, right? So IT credentials from the executive office of the president to access GSA laptops and internal GSA infrastructure. So, for all we know, you have someone maybe who's not cleared is using someone else's clearance to get it, but we don't know. It's happening so fast. That's what I'm reading here. It says, typically access to agency systems requires workers to be employed at such agencies, right? While Musk's team could be trying to obtain better laptops and equipment from GSA, sources fear that the mandate laid out with the Doge and the order that Doge thing, the Musk stuff, would grant the body broad access to use the GSA's data. That includes sensitive procurement of data internal to all systems and services GSA offers, and internal monitoring software to surveillance of employees as part of the normal security process. So the surveillance thing caught my attention. That's why I'm mentioning it. There's a bunch in here that's really disturbing about this stuff. And again, I remember Musk is having, and I'm just making random stuff. That's why I was going to point out, like, it's not just random stuff to make it up. Like, this secret conversation includes within that security right? On top of that, what they're doing is they're stripping away security details from people who, Trump doesn't like. So, for example, this was just the headline today. Texas strips retired General Miley of security details. So, it's someone that Trump doesn't like, so let's take away your security detail. My understanding is that they've removed security from Dr. Fauci. There could be other people that are also, basically these people normally you would have security. Okay, I'll make a version one. And effectively, again, you're crippling the safety of several people, and you're firing each one with any experience. On top of that, there's the control of information. You have this Zuckerberg, I guess, and Facebook are involved with this stuff, so this is the headline. I know it's a lot to go over. You gotta go the best I can to try to do it before. It says Zuckerberg reassures Meta staff about company values after dramatic policy shifts. So basically, Zuckerberg comes out and has this, all hands on deck kind of stuff. And people are concerned, like, why are you working with Trump? This is the quote, okay? It said, in a company-wide meeting, Zuckerberg told employees that 2025 would be a big year for resetting our relationship with governments around the world. Okay? Here's the quote. We now have an opportunity to have a productive partnership with the United States government, and we're going to continue. According to Zuckerberg. We're not going to compromise any of the values for this. And then on top of that, they say if you leak anything to the press, what's going on inside the company, you'll be fired. So there's that. There's also an attack on NPR and PBS. So what they're doing is, like I said, it's control information. They don't want the guy investigating them now. They don't want media to investigate them. I just told you guys in the last video, they're replacing traditional media and fighting like TikTokers and right-wing, influencers. So trying to cover the White House that we can, so that they're everyone of us have questions. On top of that, I guess now they're trying to access information from children. Immigrant database with minors, and for me, there's a lot of stuff that really upset me. Right. This one here, this would record refugee in Vietnam. So my particular status, even though it was brought to the Air Force, the whole story, we got my book if you like. But I had unclear status, let's put it that way. And it was like that for many years because our system is convoluted, right? And it wasn't any choice of mine as a baby, essentially, to be brought over by the Air Force. I had no choice in the matter. And so, the stuff that they're talking about doing with children, they're talking about kids that are probably, the USA is the only country that they've ever known. So I find that deeply troubling. There's a lot of things that are troubling. I just said this particular one, that would have affected me directly. So there's that. And on top of that, we have another plane crash. I don't know if any of this stuff is related to, cutting regulations or distracting federal employees from like, hey, are we fired or what are we doing? But there's another crash in Philadelphia. This is what we're facing. Trump is also saying, hey guys, which I mentioned in the last video, we're going to be doing tariffs, right? And now there's fears of trade war around the world. Already Canada might hit back hard. We'll see. This is one of the candidates for prime minister. So she was saying, I guess she's working as the finance minister, but she was saying, hey, we're gonna hit the billionaire baddies. And what she's proposing is a 100% tariff on Tesla. And my feelings on that is yes, hit Tesla 100%, hit them where it hurts in their pocketbook. If you want to remove the power of Elon Musk, right? Frankly, just boycott his products. This is something that may happen around the world, and I think sort of why Musk has retreated into politics, etc., is because he knows that Tesla is failing. He's like, I'm rotating into something else, and now he's kind of, what's the word to say it? How about this? He's an addict, essentially. I'll put it that way, and he's addicted to any number of things, right? It's not just substance. You call it, addicted to social media or addicted to power. Just he has that kind of personality to just addicted to things. And when you see all these reports coming down, that someone who really doesn't understand the fundamentals of running a country, which we're talking about here, in a way that's beneficial to everyone, not just beneficial to him and his billionaire buddies. These are the kind of things that happen. Will your daily lives, change from all of this stuff? I don't know. I'll just be frank. I don't know. What I do know is that, like, if you start removing the kind of things that we have in place for reasons, things will break. So, for example, let's say we don't have any clean water standards or clean air standards. You will find noticeable differences in your air and water qualities from real life perspectives. Or let's say, we're removing sort of enforcement on insider trading, these kind of
It's Brittany, bitch. Ladies and gents, grass grows, birds fly, sun shines, and Roblox has a predator problem. And as we all know, there's only one solution to the predator problem.
Alpha Team, this is Chief of Security Blanchard. Are you a sight for sore eyes?
The solution is
I've been held up in
now,
mansion since
I'm not a
yesterday
programmer. I don't even know how to code, but my friend
Now
ChatGPT
that you're
does.
here,
And after
lock down
a
that
few
AI.
hours of gentle
I'll track
persuasion,
down the
I
answer
made
for
a
you.
system that automatically finds Roblox skills associated with predatory behavior and stores them in a database. So basically, I'm making a list, checking it twice, and I'm going to find out if you're grooming kids. So at first my goal was to get Roblox's trust and safety team to ban these people, but as it turns out, it's not exactly profitable to rig their children's game of 20,000 porn addicts, and so here we are. While Roblox isn't interested in this list, their game makers are. Most of the games on Roblox are created by using third-party developers, and seeing that they don't work for a soulless multinational corporation, they actually care when their players are being abused and exploited. Thus, developers of some of Roblox's largest games, like Arsenal, Maple Leaf Hospital, and Toilet Tower Defense, have reached out and asked for a copy of this list and banned all of these players from their games. This is where I started to get some backlash from people on this list. If you're a fan of the channel and you appreciate what I'm doing here, I know you'll love the sponsor of this video, Red Men. The highest, so you CapCut edit price. So if you're in the market for a top-notch gaming phone, go to the link in the description and order one today. This is where I started to get some backlash from people on this list. I'm making this post as our dear Ruben Sim is not explaining how his script works, as many accounts are being falsely flagged as ERG accounts. Sure they are, yeah, falsely flagged. Okay, I looked this guy up. I don't even have words for the things I've found, so I'm just gonna play this clip. The porn on your fucking computer made my jaw drop. This guy updated the bio on his Roblox account to say, "Is the Joker dressed up as Batman?" Why are you so serious? Yeah, you're the good guys. We're the bad guys. That makes sense. Some of these people hide the fact that they're weirdos until you like look at their outfits. I had a few people try to appeal, and I was like, okay, do you mind making your inventory public? And then I go on their models and I find like tickle torture and stuff. I don't even want to know what their fucking Twitter looks like. Hang on, let's get that. One of the developers from Maple Hospital made a service where you can put a script in your game that will automatically pick any players found in the database. Here's how it works. You, as the developer, will not see the database of naughty Roblox. The full list is hidden behind an interface where instead of giving developers a huge list, it gives them a little chute to put user IDs in via request, and it lets them know if they're good egg or bad egg. If they're a bad egg, it picks them. Since the ban list is stored behind the API, there's no need for the developer to update it. It's maintained forever by me. Now, I understand this process raises some questions, like, Ruben, do we really trust you to have backdoor access to the ban list of Roblox's most popular games? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. All of the entries on this list are confirmed by a team of responsible adults to be valid if necessary. We don't do blanket bans on furries or any other group of weird people. This list is strictly for people who create a safety issue with their history of cruel behavior on the platform. With how successful the API was, I went a step further and I created a Discord bot that automatically scans servers for members that have been found in Roblox servers. A lot of people are using this bot now. The server for Spade's Diner flagged 19 people. I used it in my server and I found over 100. JkrISHGO used it, and I don't even know what to say. Now, look, JkrISHGO is one of the nicest, most family-friendly YouTubers out there. If you can find 496 of these people in this server, I think everyone joins the appeal system is probably my favorite part. I had a guy try to appeal the other night. He accused me of targeting him for being a furry. I looked him up. It turns out this guy makes furry Roblox. I just asked him, I said, do you really think that developers would want you in their games, interacting with players, knowing that you make Roblox? He couldn't even answer. He was like, but no. The answer is no. You fucking weirdo. I'll see people try to join Skibbity Toilet Tower Defense, and they get kicked, and then they try to join like over and over and over again. They're in denial. They can't believe that they've been banned from their favorite game. Look at what this guy says. Well, I only watch Rule 34 Roblox 4 videos on Rule 34, and before roleplay is a non-game on Roblox, which I didn't know I would. I didn't ask you, I didn't want to restart, and I had fucking depression. My god. Fucking trauma dump some more, please. Goodbye forever, Ruben. I fucking quit Roblox permanently. Denied. Are you fucking happy for denied? Forgetting my own fear of my fucking depression? Yes. Yes, I am. Now I can't even feel any fucking emotion. I won't cry. TTD get deleted. I won't laugh. You won't laugh. You won't cry. And without TTD, I have fucking nightmares of my cat's death. Jesus. Maybe get a therapist or something? I don't know. Actually, I have an idea. I'll be your therapist. Yes, losing a pet is difficult. Perhaps you should find a different coping mechanism that doesn't involve shooting to Roblox Rule 34. Anyways, most people try to lie, but a lot of people are honest and just admit what they were doing. I found one guy that got into the stuff in the city. Alex Mitron, I know you're watching this. I know you like my videos. I know I'm your favorite YouTuber. Add this to your game. You can redeem yourself for the Meet Diddy parties. And if you don't, I will burn my Alex Mitron toy. A lot of games are using this right now. Some of them you may recognize. We have Pusher Friend, the Boo Tower, Nuke the Noob Simulator, Quando L, all of these basics make Donation Central, Innovation Inc. Spaceship, which I made a video in, Evolution Sandbox, Toilet Tower Defense, Panoramica, King Winner, Spade's Diner, Southwest Florida Beta, Train RNG, Dummies vs. Noobs, Car Parking Level 7, Washing Machine Destruction, and Helmet, to name a few. And the more people using this, the more games these ear appears are banned from, and the more of a deterrent there is from doing this type of stuff. Roblox is not willing to put in the legwork to fix this problem, but their community is. So let's all band together, stop the grooming, stop the child abuse, and kick these groomers off of our platform.
For over a decade, Destiny has been one of the most polarized figures in the live streaming world. From the controversial comments about the BLM protesters to publishing a manifesto justifying the use of the N-word in certain situations, and even mocking the death of a man in an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Destiny's career has been filled to the brim with outrageous scandals. But its latest controversy is multiple victims have stepped forward.
I'm gonna smell like blood for days.
About his past, and his closest friends have distanced themselves from him. But if you think that's bad, wait to see how he reacted when he got called out. In this video, we will be doing a deep dive into Destiny's downfall. Destiny, or legally known as Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II, was one of the first people on the internet to stream video games full time. He started streaming all the way back in 2011 and found immediate success. That same year, he went pro as a StarCraft 2 player about this on his game. In 2016, he shifted to political commentary and debated with several popular personalities over the years.
I'm going to ask you again. Please stop displaying your imbecility.
Thanks to his fast-paced talking style and intense debate skills, he gained over 1.1 million subscribers across his 3 YouTube channels, as well as 117,000 followers on Kick. Destiny was known to never back down from a debate and constantly put others on the spot. For example, he famously exposed Ooooo for making an answer in 5 minutes.
Oh my God! Your doctor did not tell you you had cancer? That's why this was the very first question I asked him on the show 2 days ago. I knew that he had said, why is it that today you're telling us that it's not?
He also revealed flaws in speaker bodies.
When it comes to wearing masks, how do you know if that's a good idea? Because if people come to you, do you understand that just makes you shit, right?
No, not during a debate though, but rather for a conservative national predatory debate. Although Destiny was public opinion for months, he was unfortunately engaging in behavior behind the scenes. For example, he shared photos of a 15-year-old girl with his friends in a private Skype chat. And in that same Skype chat, he also shared nude images of a girl who went by the name Blue. Destiny took it a step further and even made degrading comments about Blue T's appearance, saying her
looks like 10 pounds of death in a 5-pound bag.
Body. He even called her Shrek. Feeling betrayed, Blue T hit back by leaking an explicit photo of Destiny that he sent her. This infuriated him, and he responded by threatening to contact Blue T's college and get her financial aid claim.
Hey,
I wonder what your boss will think of
that light
you,
up
or
your
you,
afterlife?
for that matter. I wonder if it affects your scholarship or financial aid. Exchanging explicit photos with a fan and then threatening her future was unnecessary. It was outright disgusting, and the community was quick to voice their anger. Destiny is such a shit. It takes a lot to get recognized as a complete shit within a gaming community, and yet he still gets overall. Surprisingly, despite the backlash, a large part of the fan continues to stand by, and eventually, this backlash is just the tip of the iceberg. Destiny's troubles that nature will become impossible to ignore. In September 2021, Destiny found himself at the center of yet another scandal. This time, he accused the female streamer, Anna Moore, of stalking him. It all started when Anna accused him of emotionally manipulating her after he denied they were dating. Destiny shouldn't have acted like a boyfriend knowing my feelings for him. It's manipulative even if unintentional. He shouldn't have publicly acted like I'm crazy and like he didn't absolutely want to talk to me every day for months, gaslighting. Anna claimed that Destiny's actions had encouraged her romantic feelings, only for him to later paint her as an unstable, pathological liar. The emotional fallout led to Anna breaking down live on stream multiple times.
He manipulated her narrative.
This is what I was going to say.
Even the strongest metal breaks down eventually.
Data for her excessive behavior. Others argued that Destiny was just a one critics wrote that Destiny didn't care about the script that's power about, given her well-documented history of a recent healthy engagement.
That's fucking crap.
The situation took a darker turn when Anna credits released chat logs showing that Destiny had been sick. In response, Destiny threatened to post her. She went through with it. This set the internet on fire, and when people accused him of blackmail, Destiny argued his actions were justified.
Yeah, I just don't agree with that. I think it's really weird that people call that blackmail. Like, if you and I had, like, did or something, or traded, and you were like, I'm gonna leak it, and I went, fuck you, you leak my notes. I'm gonna leak your notes. You're like,
naturally, the work sparked even more criticism. The number of people pointing out the disproportionate nature of his threat, saying it crossed an ethical line. I don't think leaking news is a constant response to someone leaking threat. While texting can be cringe, it does not have the same professional ramifications that a leaked photo would. Anyone wanting to show the conversation that they were having has no equivalent to Destiny's threatening to leak. Especially as this was, the next chapter in Destiny's life would expose hypocrisy so big, it has even its most loyal fans questioning the filter. In December 2023, Destiny and his wife Melina filed for divorce after 2 years of an open marriage. During one of the 5 weeks after the breakup, Destiny confidently claimed that Melina wouldn't reveal any damaging information about him.
Why do you think she's gonna leak the drunk shit? Melina will not leak the drunk shit on any person because she knows that everything about this is going to like it's she knows that she's threatened him I'm just going to be there. Yeah, let's go.
But Destiny could have been more wrong, because in November 2024, the leaks revealed that Destiny had an affair with Lauren Southern.
Last year, you leaked a message in
Here we go. You gonna give me a gun or a swift kick in the balls?
I mentioned her. It was one
Although they had an open marriage, revelation was outraged because of who Lauren Southern was. A controversial figure widely used white nationalism with Islamophobia and xenophobic ideology. Mr. Alex directly contradicts Destiny's public image as a liberal figure, but at the time there was no major evidence to support the claim, until November 29, 2024. That day, a user named SoloTinyLeaks posted a cryptic message. What exactly can I leak here? I want to dump everything. 2 hours later, the user then wrote, it's about to be a very white Christmas. They then dropped a massive number of leaked screenshots and explicit video clips, all involving Destiny. The screenshots revealed intimate conversations between Destiny and Lauren Southern, confirming they were romantically involved after all, but the screenshots were the least shocking things. Among the leaks were video clips reportedly showing Destiny engaging in sexual acts with multiple individuals, and one clip in particular became the center of attention. One where Destiny performed oral sex on Nick Wednesday, a far-right figure notorious for his white supremacy, so much traffic that it crashed. Had allegedly sent the screenshot and video to a 19-year-old Discord user while trying to flirt with him. That same user then leaked everything to the public. It's a compound that the accused by Destiny, Discord user, sent deeply personal DMs of his soulmates of art for football, and then sent his reportedly, Destiny had no consent from his partners to share this material. Worst of all, many of the individuals in the videos were unaware they were being recorded. This included Destiny's ex-wife Melina, who later confirmed that she never gave permission for the videos to be shared.
without consent.
And when confronted about it, not only did Destiny refuse to show accountability, but his response was negligent and dismissive to say the least.
$20 says Melina recently confirmed that the sex tapes leaked by Destiny.
Jesus Christ.
The girls were scared to die.
Good one, nice.
Yeah,
I got a whole bunch of super chats for you. Wait, ready? As a result, the internet condemned Destiny. If it is 100% true, then he did something very illegal, since posting revenge porn considered a crime. And if Melina was smart about it, then she would report it to the police. Why is the fucker not banned on all platforms? Sadly, the situation got worse. One of the leaked videos involved Pixie, a YouTuber and Twitch streamer who had collaborated for Destiny. The leak destroyed her trust in him and pushed her into severe depression. And on December 11th, she sent Destiny a text saying he planned to take for a cut. Hi, Steven. As my life on this earth comes to a close, I want to ask you to please be more careful with the people you must have I'm tired of living. It's a matter of time before my family discovers what happened, and I feel like there is no way to obtain justice. I don't want to bring a case against you, but if you will continue to send news to people even without their consent, Destiny then tried to downplay the situation by saying it wasn't as bad as she thought. I think the number of people who competent enough to go after you on this is probably almost zero. I think people hate others involved. Lauren, Nick, LOL, way more, and it overshadows everything a lot more. In an attempt to make amends, Destiny offered Pixie financial support, stating, "This feels super lame, and I know not all want to reply that somehow just giving you money helps anything go away, but if you have any bills or owe money, I can at the very least chip in." To this, Pixie responded, "I feel like whatever I ask you to cover will be high price too, and then I'm going to feel even worse over it." On January 20th, 2025, Pixie publicly accused Destiny of making her a victim of revenge porn and announced her decision to sue him. She also shared an extensive statement on her experience with the trauma and harassment she faced following the leak. On November 29th, I learned that the streamer Destiny had non-consensually shared pornographic content of me online. I greatly peace of mind and hopes for the future, which slipped away in a matter of seconds following the betrayal of someone I previously trusted. Ronaldo II sent photographic content of me to a random 19-year-old email Discord kitten whom we have never met before, and then she published it to the whole world. The betrayal, coupled with the hundreds of messages I've received filled with sexual harassment and abuse, have left me feeling hopeless and devoid of almost all happiness. Let me be clear, Destiny has violated federal laws. He has violated my consent and is directly responsible for the sexual abuse. I am terrified. The very next day, Destiny published a lengthy statement in a subreddit addressing the accusation. I want to be clear. The leak happened without my knowledge, consent, or authorization. I never had an intention for any of these images to be published. In his response, Destiny detailed his interactions with Pixie following the leak. He claimed that his offer of financial help came from a genuine attempt to ease the toll on her mental health. A few hours later, I messaged a mutual friend, JkrISHGO, who I knew to be particularly close with Pixie. We tried to figure out the best way forward in terms of making things right for Pixie. So I took JkrISHGO's suggestions and presented them to Pixie. Destiny also shared a text where Pixie allegedly expressed her desire to punish him financially for what had happened. I want this to be the most expensive mistake of his life. It just has to be enough that for the rest of his life, if he thinks of the word nude, he associates it with the amount of money lost. Destiny ended the statement by denying all the accusations raised against him. I do not believe I have violated any laws, and since Pixie has made clear what she wants to do, I will have to let the evidence and legal filings speak for themselves. By this point, the situation had spiraled far beyond Destiny's control. His attempts to defend himself only fueled the backlash. There was simply no explanation that could justify his actions. I'm so fucking mad. Why does it need to keep getting worse? Fucking nuking everything that's all built. I've been here since 2012. What a waste. It's awful that you leaked her pics to some random. She was your friend. Gross. Destiny Badman. On January 22nd, the Twitch streamer Cherry announced that she would be pressing legal charges against Destiny. Destiny has blocked me and banned me and people supporting me from his community. It is only yesterday I became aware that Destiny had recorded me while he had sex without my consent, and with no regard to me, also shared that recording to others. Two women now have let me know that they have received sexual recordings taken of me in September 2023 without my consent. I will be filing a police report and pressing charges. Following the accusation, Destiny's friends Not So Erudite and JkrISHGO announced their decision to cut ties with him.
Shockingly, Destiny is desperately trying to brush off the allegation, and it's not working. He recently cracked a shitty joke about coming back dressed as Dr. Disrespect, a streamer who was accused of sending inappropriate messages to a minor. Destiny also threatened to take down 20 other streamers with him, and Kick is a platform that hosts some of the most toxic live streamers to ever grace the internet, and Ice Poseidon is no exception. After being permanently banned from Twitch in 2017, he turned to Kick for another chance at a streaming career. However, he seems to be continuing down the same destructive path that led him to lose everything nearly a decade ago. Over the past year, Ice Poseidon has been assaulted, arrested, stream stunned, threatened, pressed, insulted, humiliated, and scammed. And while many would be deterred by the chaos, Ice instead embraced and fully adopted the villain role.
Play the villain and whatever. And that's the best way to do it, because people will be like, oh yeah, like, I feel like the content is respectful.
Once you hear the full story of Ice Poseidon's continued degeneracy, you'll be shocked and disgusted. But before we get into it, we first have to go over some brief history. Ice Poseidon, whose real name is Paul Danino, pioneered IRL, or in real life streaming on Twitch in 2010. During that time, there was actually no IRL category on the platform. So Ice found a loophole by playing Pokemon Go and showing his interactions with other people. He often acted unhinged on stream, which viewers loved.
Yeah, we're not. We do it on you. Wait, do you guys? Sorry, wait, do you guys want? I feel like I'm watching Black Panther 2.
This led to Ice exploding in popularity, reaching nearly 300,000 followers on Twitch at his peak. But as Poseidon's community grew larger, the toxicity did too. Fans quickly upped the ante of his streams by making repeated racist text-to-speech donations. In 2017, a viewer went too far. He swatted Ice while he was on an American Airlines flight by claiming he had a bomb.
Yeah.
Montana? This led to Ice getting permanently banned from Twitch. The event significantly hurt his career, and with nowhere else to turn, he transitioned to YouTube. However, his live views dropped dramatically from about 10,000 to only 1,000. Poseidon also tried streaming on Mixer, but the platform was later shut down. Desperate for financial relief, Ice stooped to a new low. In July 2021, he launched a cryptocurrency called CX Coin. However, he allegedly rug-pulled the coin and walked away with roughly $500,000. This greatly upset Ice's fans and destroyed what was left of his online reputation. It looked like Poseidon's career was finished, but that also changed in 2022 with the launch of Twitch. It was a streaming platform that was backed by the gambling website Stake, and they had a lot of financial resources and were looking to invest in streaming. And that's what brings us to this point in the video. If you're interested in more background though, feel free to check out my other video here. In December 2022, Ice Poseidon signed a lucrative streaming contract with Kid. As a result, he was eager to make the best content possible. So Ice embarked on a multi-month international IRL subathon with stops in several countries such as Japan, Thailand, India, and Australia. By using the world as a stage, Ice figured he was guaranteed to provide endless entertainment. To make the stream more interesting, he also featured multiple other people. The mix of different personalities and new countries was supposed to create the perfect recipe for fun, but that's not what happened at all. Instead, Ice's constant fusion of other streamers was the highlight of his trip. While it was his first stop, Poseidon got into an altercation with Vex, a former YouTuber. Ice's fans had donated $700 to him so he could give the money to Vex. However, he only gave Vex $400, claiming he had to deduct taxes from the fund. Understandably, this infuriated Vex, who responded by attacking Ice.
Just want to be with someone when they say something I can trust. That's like reality.
And guess what, bro? You say it's unreliable too. Guess what? Like, what do you mean?
Poseidon then escalated the situation by calling him an asshole. He also said that if he paid him the full $700, then their friendship would be over.
You broke my cable. You're an asshole.
I'll give you $700, but then you go.
We're good.
You don't have to tell me all what's worth. I don't give a go.
It's all principle. I'll go back to Tokyo.
Like you're just an asshole, man.
You just gotta be clear.
No, I am clear. You're an asshole. You're an idiot too. Now you're not going to have another opportunity to make money. Congratulations. I hope $300 is worth this relationship. Bro, guess what? It's if this relationship would be worth no, is this relationship would be worth $300?
It's not the same.
Well, it just did. I just don't want to argue for $300. Well, you are.
Vex was visibly distressed. He claimed ICE only kept people around him who wouldn't stand up for themselves.
You only want to be around people that's $400. Only around the people who will accept $400 instead of $700. If you want the people who want the vote out of your life, that's all you only accept what the vote are charging you for. You want other people to invest all the time. Maybe that's what you want.
What are you talking about, man?
You just want people in your life who won't stand up for themselves.
Ultimately, Vex ended up settling for the $400. Viewers were quick to point out ICE's demeaning and stingy behavior. They felt it was particularly ironic given his prior CX coin scam. Imagine stealing 500K than stealing 300 from Vex. ICE never pays back people, especially when it's scammed like 100K plus on Christmas. Unfortunately, a few months later, tragedy struck. Vex had passed away. Vex overdosed on kratom, a herbal substance that was mixed with poison. It's unfortunate one of his last memories was fighting with ICE over money he deserved. After Japan, ICE traveled to India in mid-2023 to meet up with several streamers, including Sam Pepper. For those who don't know, Sam Pepper is a former prank YouTuber who was allegedly involved in the Save the Kids scandal. During a meeting, ICE informed the group he wanted to drive to Nepal with a van in addition to 2 tuk-tuks. However, Sam suggested that renting a van would decrease excitement by making it too comfortable.
It's always safe. It's always safe. It takes away from the excitement of it. When it's 2 tuk-tuks driving along, it takes away that security. The security makes it comfortable. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, driving 2 tuk-tuks in a van across India is going to be so comfortable.
ICE didn't take Sam's constructive criticism very well. He replied by stating he needed to put Sam in his place and that he wasn't shit.
So you need to remember your place.
Alright, tell me what my place is.
That you ride like you're the most aggravating person I've ever met in my entire life. And you think you're smart, you think you know everything, you think you're better than everyone around you.
Well, to make matters worse, Sam wasn't a friend, but rather a business partner.
Your friend? Is he your friend?
Right now, no. We're not friends, but we are business partners.
Just like with Vex, ICE belittled Sam. He didn't see those in his streaming circles as equals, but rather as pawns who worked to serve his best interest. It was just a means to an end to entertain his viewers. ICE treated Vex and Sam poorly and made sure to let them know they needed him to succeed. However, the India trip had a saving grace. Enter Depop.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Well, Depop was a local Indian man who was hired to be ICE's tour guide but ended up becoming something more. He had a genuine personality that just shined on stream. He often went out of his way to make sure ICE was safe throughout his journey, which was endearing.
I went like this to the floor. Oh yeah, I went like this. On the floor. Yeah.
Viewers instantly fell in love with Depop and later encouraged ICE to buy him a live streaming setup. So he did. Depop then quit his job and became a full-time streamer. He and ICE quickly became fan favorites, getting into silly antics that were fun to watch.
All that is awesome.
Just like treading in dog shit. Dog shit blew your legs off.
What's up? You know what's funny?
Deepak is the final boss. Like this or Deepak.
Nothing.
They did. This is my
Who needs a tank when you are the tank?
Man, with nice and careful.
What
the hell? Oh my god, you're doing top, huh?
Congratulations, Deepak. You're officially gay.
I'm gay.
But sadly, Poseidon wasted no time corrupting Deepak. He suggested that Deepak should lie and make up things in the chat to trick viewers.
Sometimes I just pretend to reach out. This is one of my industry secrets I tell nobody, but I'm telling you. Sometimes I pretend to reach out. Like if I look at chat and there's nothing interesting in the chat, I'll just lie and make up something that somebody said in the chat. You know, like, oh shit, I'm such a good streamer, you know, and I'm like, oh wow, shit, I'll talk about that, and I'll just lie. That's an industry secret, dude.
And well, things would get much worse for Deepak. After leaving India, Poseidon traveled to Thailand and brought him along. One night, though, Ice booked a private room at an upscale restaurant. For the sake of content, he decided to give his girlfriend Kimberly a lap dance while wearing lingerie. Unsurprisingly, his actions upset the manager of the restaurant, who felt he was disrespecting Thai culture and values. So she called the police.
What happened? I'm a general manager here.
Expo Hill is ready to go.
So what are you doing now? This is our first time 191, and I would like all of you to go to the first stage now. If you are doing something like this, respectful for Thai culture.
As a result, Poseidon was jailed for indecent exposure. The innocent Deepak, who didn't commit any crime other than being there, was hauled away too. Ice truly had a destructive orbit and always brought those around him down with him. Viewers took note on how unfair it was for Deepak to be caught up in Ice's mess. So they are just charging Deepak with guilt by association. Deepak apologizing for something he didn't do, making LOL. Deepak don't deserve it. In order to avoid sentencing, Ice hired a company to blackmail the manager, judge, and prosecutor.
The jail paid so much money for probation. God, I
I speak with Russian
blackmail the judge and the prosecutor and the woman who was pressing charges on me. So she dropped the charges because she has a lot to lose.
Due to his efforts, they were released, but were required to make a public apology that resembled the cartel hostage video.
I'm being held in Thailand. Pretty happy. Let's go. I don't know. I wanted to make this video to apologize. No rest, but man, buying a street hotel in Bangkok. Pretty passionate, but I did not know the severity of the actions that I had caused, and I was just trying to have fun, and I'm sorry, drunk, for bringing, I just didn't understand the cause of what I can't see behind all that. I'm sorry for that. I didn't want to cause any negative actions for anyone, but I didn't want to make the hotel look bad or anything.
It was unfortunate Deepak was imprisoned in a foreign country because of height. To get out, he was 5 years behind bars. Although Deepak benefited from his streaming career, it was definitely not worth the cost of his freedom. Shockingly, Ice decided to soon get arrested again. After escaping Thailand, Ice later headed to Australia, and the worldwide campaign of degeneracy continued. When he and Sam Pepper concocted a disturbing plan to prank a sex worker. They intended to place the sex worker with a random viewer and play zombie noises to scare them. But the plan went as smoothly as you can imagine. Ice's toxic fans quickly found the sex worker's online profile and harassed her with messages. This understandably freaked her out, causing her to abruptly leave. But that wasn't all that happened. A viewer also told the police that their kidnapped and sexually assaulted the woman. Ice decided in Sam Pepper then got arrested.
Lord Weaver's death threats.
Luckily, the duo was released after authorities discovered there was no major wrongdoing. The international IRL subathon was insane, full of intense moments. After all the trauma Ice had been through, he decided to take a break from travel. so he returned home to Austin, Texas. Poseidon knew he had to up the stakes to keep viewers watching, and without different countries and various collaborators to entertain them, he had to come up with something new. So he began hosting a series of the most degenerate events ever. In February 2024, ICE organized a Fear Factor stream with 7 contestants competing for a $20,000 prize. It included several grueling challenges and profound suicide roads.
That's my head right now. We want to snap the box, dude. Stand a little bit, we puzzle. Oh,
Alright, that's one.
An electronic hit streamer ended up winning. Unfortunately, though, viewers were quick to voice their disappointment with the event. This was the worst stream of the year. Scuffed, unorganized, not creative, and a waste of time. The unorganization of everything from the audio to the challenges to changing rules was irritating to watch live. Ivan attempted to silence critics and launched a citywide scavenger hunt in Austin with a $30,000 prize. As part of it, he hid QR codes across the city which contestants had to find. And the kicker? Literally anyone could join as long as they live streamed it. This brought in significantly more contestants, but that wasn't a good thing. It resulted in large crowds of unruly streamers creating untold chaos. Contestants did drive-bys with paintball guns, slashed each other's tires, and vandalized cars. After someone found the first clue, a mob immediately swarmed his car. One contestant, Xena, even went so far as to sit on top of it. She had to be pulled off the vehicle before it drove away. Xena could have gotten seriously injured or even died. As the event continued, contestants clogged up the roads and frequently got into car accidents. Shockingly, the ending of the scavenger hunt was somehow more scuffed than the beginning. The streamer Raza North maced and robbed another contestant, Tazo, before he could access the final clue. As a result, Raza North won, while Tazo was left wailing in distress.
Someone's robbing Tazo.
We are so close to recovering the Sentinel artifact. It should be somewhere in that excavation site. Remember, the artifact is our only hope of bringing Nexus back to the dark.
I've got a magic amulet and a shitload of bullets. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, you maced Tazo.
Raza North received 30K and Tazo received a consolation prize of 20K. Despite the damage the event caused, ICE felt it was a success. To him, right or wrong didn't matter. Only the entertainment value did.
Like, my games are about entertainment, bro. It's not about what's right, what's wrong. It's about entertainment. That's all I care about.
However, critics still pointed out their frustration. I have no idea what any of the challenges are or what clues were given. It was terribly organized and managed. Anything goes because I'm making money and hedonism justifies all. ICE, as usual, encouraging for conflicts and sadism. Should have at least banned bringing non-streaming IRL helpers into it. Next event, the Hunger Games. Hosted in the summer of 2024, the Hunger Games was an all-out battle royale, where contestants competed for a chance to win $100,000. As part of the rules, each player had 10 lives. And if they were hit with any weapon, they would lose life. Contestants were armed with slingshots, bow and arrows, and paintball guns. Bruce even helped host, but the event was a complete debacle. The hits, which were supposed to be measured by high-tech hit detection vests, malfunctioned continuously and failed to register shots. This led to confusion as to who was winning. The contestants' streams also constantly disconnected, making it difficult to watch. This severely annoyed viewers. It makes Fish Tank 5 look like a multi-billion-dollar production. In addition, ICE was a reckless host with no regard for the rules. He often interrupted the flow of the game, leading to unfortunate collateral damage. For example, Poseidon went to count the hits of Joel, unintentionally baiting him out into the open. As a result, he got eliminated, which was unfortunate because he flew all the way from South Korea for the event.
They said Joel's in the middle of the field here. But I don't think so, let's see. I was just trying to find Joel first, because he's on the losing side.
Dangerous. and dark. If there ain't any better ideas, I got my ears on.
Joel, what are you doing?
When Joel protested the unfairness of what happened, Ice just blamed him. That's why
Bad omens go. A bullet in the head.
He thought he was out, and he must have got 7 hits anyways, because he knows the drill.
Oh,
well, whatever. Don't ever walk up to the enemy team.
You should also come to the box. That was sad. Joel's death was a good one. That was the...
No, that was a good one. That was the saddest way to go ever.
decided to accidentally declare the wrong winner after miscalculating the data from the unreliable hit detection method. The response to the situation was laughable. Wouldn't be an Ice Poseidon event without him picking up the winner announcement, LOL. The Hunger Games is truly a disaster for the agent. After a string of failures with his events, Ice returned to international IRL stream. In December 2024, he attempted a 7-day survival stream on a deserted island, but quit after only 42 hours. In January 2025, Poseidon announced he was doing a 100-day, 24/7 live stream in Japan. After only a few days there, he managed to get detained by police for trespassing onto a rooftop.
Oh, this is a nice view.
Don't pee at me, Fox. Just cough it up.
Yeah, here,
Oh, yeah. Jackpot. I'm gonna put this thing to
Ice
work.
ended up lying to...
Tear them to pieces.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are back talking about everybody's least favorite Nova Army. The notorious internet predator and
I never liked
semantic
This shit is on another level.
And that's a TikTok page. Not too long ago, he was in great fear of losing. Because remember that TikTok ban that was supposed to happen? I mean, it happened for all 14 hours. And Nova was losing That's not all that happened to him. He tried to find a job, and it didn't work out for him. So he tried to find another job, and it didn't work out for him. And you'll have to watch the video to find out why exactly that is. Because I don't think we're going into the story blindly. You would have any idea why he didn't get this job. He's tried all different kinds of students. They tell him about how low his mental health has been. Basically, Nova's one of these people who tries to make positive content on the internet and expects people just to go, okay, this is what's happening, so I'll watch it and I'll be positive to us. Cool. But what he doesn't want them to know is his past. You know, diaper fight, to play Discord, he started he said this word really weird shit that he all wishes would be just in his past and left behind. So on to the future he works to a big hustle, it's not just patrols, it's job offers, it's just about everything. So, that being said, let's go back to where this all started. In a clip that you've probably seen by now, but if you haven't, it is just, it's ridiculous. It's Nova realizing that TikTok is going away, and he may have to say goodbye to all his followers. One last time.
Well, guys, this is it. If you're an American and seeing this, this may very well be the last TikTok you're seeing from me. If my VPN strategy does not work out, it's game over for me unless I find a second job. I'm really struggling. Not even McDonald's wants to hire me. Nobody wants to fucking... Don't crash out, Nova. Do not crash out on your last video. Fuck. That's what job withdrawal fucking does to me. I've been going a month and a half without a job, and I'm fucking stagnant.
Alright, Nova, 8 F-bombs in like 40 seconds is completely going over the threshold. Like, you know he's mad when he's dropping curses here, there, and everywhere. Because a lot of times he'll do streams on YouTube or Kick where he will label it no swearing. Like, just in case, you know, you don't want to hear curse words, or if you're a kid, you can watch Nova's stream and not have to worry about that. Which is weird that he markets it to kids. Nonetheless, not the point. He was pissed about this TikTok ban.
let me just tell you that. Nova thought his entire world had just flashed before his eyes. And technically, it had. Because what other eggs does he have in the basket? He has one giant TikTok egg. And if that son of a bitch cracks, he's got literally nothing left. You know, Nova had a page where it was like, how many followers did he have? Millions, right? And it got hacked and he could never use it again. And that was a big hit to Nova. However, it wasn't that much of a big deal, considering he could just go and make another account. With TikTok being banned entirely, he wouldn't have had any chance. And I think Nova feels like TikTok is his exclusive platform. He has a YouTube, he has a Kick, like I mentioned, but he doesn't use them as frequently. So the thought of having to, like, change, you know, not have TikTok as his forever home really messed with him. And the best line of all of it is him saying that is what job withdrawal does to him. Now look, I brought this up a lot the past week in my comment section over on Twitter. Nova, compared to like a lot of these other people we cover, almost everybody is more driven to actually get out to the workplace. Problem, man's predator. So nobody really wants to see him, like, you know, in a place where he can be around kids. So different ideas are thrown around for him, you know, mine always being the dump. You know, if you're just sifting around the garbage all day, there's not going to be any kids there. There might be a stray dog, but I imagine the dog would do more damage to Nova than Nova could do to it. And here's the thing, though. He always chooses to go get jobs at fast food chains, Subways, McDonald's. It may be a little more exclusive with restaurants like Denny's, but the problem is he always gets fired on his own work attitude, on his own volition. People might be calling these jobs and saying stuff about Nova, but they just probably put down the phone and go, yeah, that's another troll. They don't want to lose another set of hands. So Nova constantly loses these jobs over and over and over again. And it's very easy to see why. When Nova did an interview with me and Kiwi Tapes about like 4 months back, he couldn't take his eyes off his phone for 1 second. He would be in work, typing in our chat room. The guy never pays attention to anything other than his phone and what he wants to do. And so that's why this TikTok thing was affecting him so heavily, because even when he would go out and get a job, he felt like even if he got fired, he'd always rely on TikTok. When in most people's situations who work online, if they lost the online job, they can always rely on their actual job. Nova is he's the opposite of that. Nova constantly loses jobs, and then when it comes to TikTok, I don't know what paychecks he gets from it, but seeing that possibly go away really made me freak out, because he knows he can't hold an actual job. But as we'll see as this video goes along, he tried. Oh, does he try, but he fails every single time.
Jack in the Craft versus Wendy's Nuts. Which one has the better spicy chicken sandwich? Starting off with Queso's favorite, Wendy's. And they double wrapped it. They triple wrapped this fucker. What? What? They could triple wrap this thing. What the hell? Okay, to whoever was manning the chicken sandwich at the Post Falls Wendy's, get better at your wrapping skills. Like, this is outrageous. Oh, wait a minute. It is. It is. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I didn't see the tomato mayo. Anyways, bon appetit. The vegetables are pretty dated, but the chicken has a good spice level. Now, Jack in the Craft, they give a much bigger piece of chicken. Try it out.
Professor Croft indicated the Sentinel artifact is somewhere in the tunnels below you.
The chicken on this
The
one
amulet should help you find it if you can determine how it works.
And because tomatoes and lettuce are cut different, it's a more defined flavor. And there are a lot of breakfast dishes.
Bad omens go,
I can't believe
a
I'm
bullet in
saying
the head
this,
is
but
right up
in
there.
terms of overall quality, Jack in the Craft wins.
Wow. Jack
That's right, lads. Put your backs in your
Jet transmission emanated from the obscure Soltilium. I believe the amulet somehow channels an echo from the past.
If it keeps doing that, I better play something useful.
it's like this whole lot, which is why it's a good thing. Even my curriculum skill was not this fast food world is. I'll say this. This much fast food after a while, it's gotta do a number on your stomach. I imagine what
This place has been shunned by locals for years. Even the syndicate avoids it. Some say it rains blood there.
And here's me without my umbrella.
I can see him shirtless in the bed, deciding to pick up his phone, tell you all what he's been doing. He's going through. You know, he tries to tell you one thing. I think we all know.
Close and very personal.
Hey, so I do want to go stop going to the Wendy's that I normally go to because I ordered a spicy chicken sandwich from that store today, and I ended up getting one that was wrapped like 6 times, and the veggies were not fresh at all. They looked like dog shit. So, just putting that out there. That shit did make you on your stomach.
Down. Nothing good is ever down.
Look, I bet you lose on the veggies. Probably burned steak. We probably should have. But I'll tell you this, it's probably because you ate 2 giant chicken sandwiches. That was a big chicken sandwich that wasn't Jack and Crab, and basically just called out the specific Wendy's that, you know, maybe the Wendy's. Okay, stuck here. I'll go make sure yourself. You're trying to blame somebody from the store from honestly, every single thing, this fast food. One, I did suicide for once to try to see how I felt. I was making 9 days. That's a dead-ass story. I was in college, dead-ass story. Like 9 days.
This better not be like Ampolina's Majuska dolls. It's gonna be a bunch of smaller boxes. About fucking time someone dealt me a winning hand.
Sausage, that's it. Hash brown and high C. High C orange juice. Mother of Christ. If I can't drink high C no more, I can't eat a sausage muffin, even if I want one, and I kind of get in my mind, like, hey, that'd be good. No. The second I'm even like looking at it, I'm like, I don't know if I can fuck with that no more. And like that's what Nova does every day. And I couldn't imagine that shit, dude. I couldn't imagine that. I'm not advocating for anybody to try that, but if you want to feel how Nova must feel, like just eat takeout like forever. Like just don't stop. Like because he's just now cleaning his kitchen enough to be able to make home cooked meals, and that just shows you how long this band has been going. Please stop him. He's getting down. You know that he let the dead thing slow him down. Well, that means until the improvement man comes to this door. You know,
CIA commander, a goddamn bug wrangler.
That shit.
Fuck my career.
You know, it's running away from these chasing the dragon. Like Iron Hero in the South episode. He needs that job like it's everything to him, and he found one. And guess what happened, folks? Guess what happened? It was fake. It was a fake job that Nova applied to. I don't know if somebody just emailed him and offered this to him and he believed it, or if he found this like fake inquiry online. I don't know. But it was fake. And Nova was quite bummed out about this because he thought he was about to finally get back into the workforce. Now, here's a big reason why I feel like Nova runs into this problem. Because he's constantly on his TikTok page saying things like this. Hey, Team Plus fans, I'm really struggling looking for a job right now, so if any of you are managers in the Coeur d'Alene area, please send me an email. I'm really looking for a job right now. You know, it's kind of crazy that nobody sent me one yet, but I'm a hard worker and I'll work for you like as much as I can, so please send me an offer. So dude, you're on TikTok. You are going to get nothing at all, except troll inquiries. No like manager of a Chili's is going to go, holy shit. That's the guy. That's the guy. The dude right here on TikTok talking about sunflower seeds, that's our dude. But old Cho Nova, he's smartened up. He realized that he wasn't going to get taken for a fool again. Next job he gets is going to be the one. And guess what? He found it. And look at him gyrate on screen. He was so excited he made this video of him bouncing around. Now look, over on Twitter, @SmokeyMCC, you gotta follow me over there. I'm serious. Because I'm talking about Nova and people of his, like, you know, the common folk like Nova, him, Tofiachu, all those folk. I I had videos of Nova dancing to Tweaker by LeAngelo Ball. It's a wonderful place over there at Smokey MCC on Twitter, so follow me. But yeah, he was so excited. He's jumping up and down for his new job. And honestly, people were like, wow, I can't believe where he got hired. Where is this place? Where did, in fact, Nova get his new job?
Well, I think I fell for it again. Victim to another fake job offer. My God, I fell for it twice. Unless the supposed supervisor can somehow prove to me that it wasn't fake, then I fell for it again. I asked Gemini, there's no mention of a restaurant opening up at the address they provided me. It's just that I think I fell for it again. But unless they send me solid proof that they're actually opening on there, then I gotta go back to fucking Indeed. If you're a manager in hiring in the area, email me and I'll make fucking triple shirts real.
Well, first off, Nova, let me tell you what jobs love. They love it when you use the word fuck 6 times in the video where you also ask if they can email you. I mean, you used the word in the same sentence where you asked any managers to email you. It's not like they would anyway, but again, he's trying to use TikTok as a way to, get a job, which is so asinine considering you really don't have any fans on here. It's all haters who just troll you. And anyone who does randomly stumble upon your videos is not just going to immediately think, wow, this guy would be great for my my business and all. A manager's not going to just watch your video and go, this is our guy. I know I brought it up earlier as a joke, but he really does expect that someone's eventually going to go, this dude Nova right here, the dude who's a massive brand risk to anyone on TikTok as it is, yeah, let's have him come and be like a line cook. But yeah, he does keep falling for this. Apparently, somebody told him that he had a job at some restaurant. Nova called and found out that the restaurant doesn't even exist. And I thought they were taking different routes. I've been saying that I thought people were going to eventually tell Nova, hey, I run a landscaping business, so get a lawnmower, meet us at this address, and Nova to send him there on a snow day. However, any job that's outside seems to be something that's completely out of Nova's realm of wanting. That's why earlier I mentioned the dump would never happen. He needs to be inside closed doors. So he thinks. Because after a while, there's only so many Subways and Denny's and Burger Kings in the world, Nova. They will dry up and you'll get fired from all of them. And again, it's not for the trolls. They're not the ones doing this to you. It's just your horrible work ethic. Yes, you do go and get the jobs, but I feel like that's what he does. He gets the job and he's like, I did it. Now it's time to sit on my ass. All right, cool. I went through all the hell. I came from hell and back to get this job. I got it. And now it's time to sit down like Thanos and just enjoy my work. Or should I say watching my coworkers work. I don't know how that guy is inside of his, wherever he's employed at the time. But I do know that he's on his phone a lot because I can see the messages that he sent out while he was working at, a Subway or wherever. And he just needs that new job, man. He's going through job withdrawal. So, if any managers in the Coeur d'Alene area see this, make sure to stay far away from this guy. There's another food-esque video I want to show you as well, because it really shows how the world-renowned food reviewer Nova actually, applies his trade, He doesn't go there. He doesn't just go to the restaurant, sit there, and enjoy the food right out the oven. He takes a bit of a different approach. Now, I don't know if I fully agree with this, but, you guys let me know.
Bowling alley food sucks. Or doesn't. On this episode of Bowling Alley Eats, today we have a triple pepperoni calzone with ranch. We're going to pop this in the microwave for a little bit, and we're going to try it out.
Two days ago on r/Google Earth Finds, a thread known as Disturbing Message spotted on Google Earth near Cesar Chavez Avenue in Los Angeles. Health, Traffico, LAPD, and federal written debris. And of course, it led to a coordinate of 34 degrees north, 118 degrees west. And if you're looking closely, it led to a pretty haunting set of messages. The words help written all across this one yard in a pretty popular, high-traffic area, I would say, of Los Angeles, California. So, of course, the internet did what the internet did, and, of course, this was a pretty alarming set of things. Not only was the word help written around over here, but words like Traffico, the LAPD, federal, and, of course, in amongst far other words put into it, terrorismo, dos. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, all of this spread across the entire internet like wildfire in conspiracy theory circles. It became a pretty big topic on 4chan, became a pretty big topic all over X, and plenty of other social media circles. Now, is this indicative of a human trafficking operation, ladies and gentlemen? Well, let's sit back and try to figure out what's actually going on while we dig through this rabbit hole. Now, in the city of Los Angeles, around Cesar Chavez and, of course, Mission Road, it seems, appear to be this lot. Now, obviously, if you're recognizing where this section is, closer inspection will take you to a pretty iconic street in If you want to play games like Grand Theft Auto 5, you recognize this bridge. You probably recognize this area.
Max ammo. Snap to it, Box. I'm not getting any younger, but I could be getting better. Wow. I felt like this when I earned my jump wings.
On the sidewalk, you can see the word help written over it. There are other people who dug into like found that around.
You lost your head a long time ago. I just made it official.
Behind it was also the word help. Actually, behind this wall, you can actually see the that indicated the words run. So, of course, all of these coincidences got a little bit suspicious. Now, at historical data, just what happened in other countries. Somewhere around February 20th,
going incendiary.
It's still help, FBI,
double pause.
High traffic. I'm myself as but of course, ladies and gentlemen, to give you an idea, this story is one that I myself was on. Actually, this was captured in February of 2003. Generally, I'm not really paying attention. But this is relatively alarming. Obviously, this area became a pretty, again, from the face brand that was viral. Trying to figure out what this was. It's not somebody in this area probably back away. Probably could. The idea is not one that I personally would like to drive through. I only go through it to stop my car. Either side walks in.
That tops the list of most traumatizing shit I've seen today. All that's left of that crap's on nerves is staying in half his glasses. Hey, shitbags! How's that light up your afterlife?
Don't let them try to kill you. Again, I won't by saying that I do this all the time. I swear to God, just keep it calling the law enforcement agencies could not go down.
After 3 long laborious days, opening up. Sunset light is about the journey and not the destination. Let us get to the classroom.
And it's great that you want to try to keep people in
Onward! Through the door to nowhere!
Fuck me. Reminds me of a disco in Vladivostok. Not in a good way. Welcome to the future, asshole.
Double points.
So again, it's just words like hell. Now, this moment in time, I also decided to see if there were any webcams or potential tracking cams.
Ha! If you kicked me in the balls right now, I wouldn't even feel it. Why use butt spray if not levitate?
So here's the
You fuckheads like my plasma death ball?
And how do you know this? Going to Google Earth, one of the things that we can't do coincidentally, this area was a supporter for Google satellite imagery. Failure. And of course, in 1994, this is
Max armor.
Satellite. 2014. Fast forward to 2020.
It's like a symphony of bodily harm.
Bonus points.
One thing that you also start to notice over here is this little enclosure, this space almost here. You start to see that it almost in fact, in the most recent photography, 2000 February,
tear them to pieces.
Which again, this area is very again, very important space here. Here, there
Max ammo.
one of them is a public safety place could potentially be an area because calls that potentially and again, that obviously like kind of was but even I found here by almost area control, but
Skull versus bullet. No contest.
how it is when it's trafficking operation. Again, so private victims basically allowed to be laid out
Sorry, no group discounts.
Which obviously is something that is common in California. It's one of the reasons why that's over. This is, to me at least, it seems like a potential sign. A homeless individual or several homeless people possibly have, again, so again, I get there's obviously things that not. In fact, in other
Let's paint the town red. The bloodier the better.
I've seen a homeless person write these things down. Obviously, in terms of but again, it was
Now that's fucking crowd control. Who brings poison darts to a fucking gunfight?
Okay. That makes sense. There's like someone on the ground, throwing punches on it. Yeah, like
Max up.
Yeah. It's like people just messing around. You think so?
Yeah. For instance, illustrious youth here says, I live in Los Angeles and drive by daily. There is a homeless man living under the path that does this. On the freeway, you can read all of the theories. A lot of it looks like rants and ramblings. He's been arrested and moved out of there so many times, but always comes back and redoes more marketing. And of course, another user also live here. Then he does something. Yay. Now again, this is the important of, again, individuals that claim to be living in Los Angeles. I can't confirm if they've done it, but it lines up with the mental illness. I've unfortunately seen a fair bit of homeless people in Los Angeles, and I've unfortunately seen actual this episode amongst the actual homeless crowd. It's a shame to see, really, unfortunately, with a cocktail of drugs, and again, a city that unfortunately houses a lot of drugs. It is just a shame to see. Now, going back to the old sports videos over here, these guys think several Redditors, and in one instance, they actually dug through a mapping application known